Hey guys, can everybody hear me? Hopefully we are live. Sorry for the short delay, but as you can see today, we're going to be talking about cast iron cookware, mainly because obviously this channel is all about cast iron cookware. So for today, we're also doing the giveaway. So for those of you that are here, thank you guys for showing up. Jeanette, hello Jeanette, Papa Dan, Rhode Island Eats. Thank you for being here, everybody. We're gonna wait a couple minutes, maybe 2 or 3, so that people can start showing up. And I think what we're gonna do first is just talk about cast iron cookware first. I'm gonna give my do's and don'ts with cast iron cookware, and then from there we will do the live giveaway. Once again, thank you everybody for showing up. Papa Dan says, can't believe that I beat Luis for once. Actually, everybody's been beating me because I have been very late to my own lives, and I do apologize for that, guys. I do say 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So once again, I do appreciate everybody who has showed up tonight. And like I said, we will be talking more about, we'll be talking about the do's and don'ts, seasoning. We'll be talking about what to do with cast iron cookware, how to treat it, how to use it, how to cook with it, things of that nature first, and then from there we will get started with the live giveaway, which will be, I want to say, we'll talk about 30 minutes on cast iron cookware. Also, I want to talk a little bit about Lodge and their elite, I guess you could say, series, which is the Blacklock. In my own opinion, it's very underrated, and I just want to give a little bit of a spotlight to Lodge Blacklock. So we'll be talking about that one as well. All right, let's see, guys. Hello, everybody. Jeanette, Honey Badger. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but Pipgorn, Hippie Longshanks. Once again, thank you guys for being here. We'll wait a little bit longer. Honey Badger, yes, my email is on the on my about page. But if you guys can't find it there, you just send me a message through this, either a comment here, and then I will respond with my email. Hello to Cast Iron Chaos. He says, love my Blacklock 10-inch. It's a great chef skillet. Yes, and that's actually one of them that I want to talk about today is the 10-inch skillet, which, as I mentioned earlier, I feel like there's a lot of misconception with the Blacklock series. And as I mentioned earlier, in my own opinion, I think it's very underrated considering the price as well and how well it's designed. So I, in my own opinion, like it a lot. So with that said, we are going to continue and we're going to start right now with the, so this is going to be the Dutch oven that we're going to do the giveaway for. This is the number 9. I did give it 1 coat of seasoning, so it does have 1. And I did use grapeseed oil. It does have a higher smoke point, but with that 1 coat, I think it's good enough for you guys to get started. So I just want to show you guys the this was a brand new, never used. What do you call those? Original stock item. Never used because it did have a sticker, and I do have the sticker with me, or I do have it still. So whoever wins this, I'll send you the original sticker as well. It is a little damaged, obviously, for all the years that it's been there. It's not in great shape, but it's still there, somewhat intact. But also, I wanted to show you guys the beautiful milling on this Dutch oven. The underside as well. The underside had a little bit of rust buildup, more than the everything else, obviously, but considering that it has sat for a while and nobody ever used it, I want to say that it's in great shape. No pitting, just some discoloration. And as you can see here, it does have the 9DO for Dutch oven, and it does have the S. I know Cast Iron Chaos knows a little bit more than me about these, I would appreciate Cast Iron Chaos. If you have any kind of information, please leave it in the comments for the S series. I think there is something with the S series of Lodge, I think, if I can recall correctly. But anyway, with that said, we're going to be giving this away around 6:30ish. But first, we'll be talking about Blacklock. So let me grab that skillet real quick, guys, and we'll get started. Cast Iron Chaos says, looks like it spins. That's not really a problem with a Dutch oven. It does. For some reason, I don't know why. Even though this was never used, it does. It is a spinner. And I think I want to say that I did mention that in last week's live. So for those of you that are wanting this Dutch oven, yes, it is sadly a spinner. So I wouldn't say that it's the best for a glass stovetop or an induction because it does wobble. But anything else in the oven, the grill, camping, or on the grill, I don't know if I said that already, but that is a great use for this Dutch oven. And I want to say this Dutch oven is going to be great for camping, for making bread, stews, frying, many things. So with that said, let's keep going, guys. We'll set this aside, and around 6:30ish, we'll get started with the live giveaway. So here we are, guys. Let me pull up the chat. Cast Iron Chaos says, my understanding is the machine milling would put it too early in the 1960s at the earliest. So it doesn't say, does it say made in the USA? I don't think it does. Maybe it is. Maybe it is in the 60s. I have no idea. But it does have some letters here, which I think it's MKU, which is, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but there's some lettering here, and to me that looks like a M, a K, and a U. But other than that, I think it's a beautiful piece. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, I did one coat and ready for whoever wins this so that they can keep adding to it. Anyway, with that said, let's keep going, guys. Honey Badger says S series is BSR. I think you are correct. From what I can recall right now, yes, I think the S series is from BSR. So I might just be, mixing up my makers. Oh, Cast Iron Chaos also says that the DO mark indicates it is 1950s or later. Thank you for all that information, Cast Iron Chaos. I do appreciate your input. He is, if you guys haven't followed him, but I'm sure everybody here follows Cast Iron Chaos. He is a long-time YouTube cast iron user. Obviously, he has his live show on Wednesdays, and it is very entertaining. I do love watching it myself as well. So make sure you guys also check out his channel, Cast Iron Chaos. And with that said, let's keep going. Anyway, so for $60, guys, you guys can pick up this Lodge Blacklock cast iron skillet. And I know for a fact that this is a great skillet because Cast Iron Chaos actually, I think, has 2 of these. So aside from that, it is, like I said, a great skillet, very underrated, lightweight, not heavy whatsoever. And I think the biggest misconception is that cast iron has to be smooth. And to be honest, this is actually relatively smooth. It's not as rough as the Chinese-made cast iron, because even the Lodge, the standard Lodge, is actually fairly smooth. And a lot of people, I want to say, they confuse the seasoning with the texture of the casting from the iron. That texture is obviously from the mold sand that the iron is poured into, and that's why you get that grainy feel. And a lot of people confuse the seasoning, it being rough or poorly, seasoned, if it isn't smooth, which I don't think that correlates. In my own opinion, I feel like seasoning is obviously built up over obviously several amounts of times of use, or if you want to, you can go crazy and season it 10 times. Now, will that seasoning last? I want to say that it won't. You might start getting a little bit of that seasoning flaking off or peeling off. I've seen a lot of people do that, so I wouldn't recommend. So, in my own opinion, I wouldn't season a skillet or any kind of cast iron cookware 10 times all at once. You might get splotchy results, you might get bad results. In my own opinion, 3 is good enough. 3 to 4 is good enough. And from there, if you guys want to move on, start using it. And every time you use it, just make sure that you give it a light coat of seasoning, whether it's stovetop or oven, and just continue moving forward. And eventually, you'll get to that jet black patina that everybody looks for. All right, guys, with that said, let's see what else you guys are saying. Honey Badger says, my Blacklock number 10 is a great skillet. My go-to number 10 for everything. Yeah, as I said, I like Blacklock a lot, and I don't feature it too much on the channel, but it is a great skillet because it's almost like a chef skillet. And the reason why I say that is the sides here are actually fairly sloped. And not only that, but it's actually pretty deep. So I want to say a little bit deeper than the standards, number 10 or number 8 skillet, whether you have well, the numbers don't really matter. Whether it's a 10-inch skillet, usually they can be a lot shorter or deeper depending on the maker, but I want to say the depth of the sidewalls here on the Blacklock skillet are more than sufficient for many things. So I do like that a lot. And as I mentioned, also if you want to get your spoon in here to butter based, or when you're baking something or you're trying to get an omelet out, for whatever reason, these sloped sidewalls are going to help out a lot. So that's a plus for me. Let's see, Cast Iron Chaos also touching on the Dutch oven. Okay, yeah, he says that should be a TO, too early for the 1960s. It's a very nice. I am trying not to yet. To knock it. All right. He also says, let's see, Cast Iron Chaos also says, I am convinced Lodge did the Blacklock line, especially to compete with the new luxury U.S. cast iron makers. I agree. I agree with that as well. And I want to say that they did a pretty good job, considering that it is fairly priced compared to other modern cast iron makers, which have the milled surfaces or polished surfaces and are here also made in the USA. Stargazer for a while in the beginning was actually fairly priced. I want to say around the $80 mark for their 10.5-inch skillet. And recently, obviously, with everything and the economy, prices have gone up. So this has stayed the same price, $60, which for many of you is probably too much money, but there's a reason for it. The lightweight is great. It is obviously triple seasoned as well. And the design is obviously a little bit more different than, or a little different than the standard stuff. So the design wise, the handle helper, very nice, great touch. I do like that they brought back the Blacklock name. That's another beautiful touch to this. The handle, at first, if you guys see any of my reviews of Blacklock, I remember complaining a lot about these sharp edges, and I'll still say that yes, the edges are a little bit sharp. You can possibly grind this down if you're very particular, but in my own opinion, now that I've had time using it, it actually is very comfortable. Not as uncomfortable as I had mentioned in the beginning, because most of the time, if you're going to be holding the skillet, you're going to grab it from here, and that's actually a very ergonomical feel because it lands on your palm, the weight, and then here as well. Um, it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. Versus like if you were to grab it like this, obviously that's going to be a funny way of grabbing it. So it makes sense that they went with that style. Also, the other thing that I do want to mention is that it's actually, this design is for a reason, and it does stay cooler longer. So if you're cooking on the stovetop, which I have, and it works great. I didn't get, pretty much throughout the entire time that I was cooking with it, very minimal heat transfer from the skillet to the handle. So that's another plus in my opinion. Now, if we look at the underside, I don't know if anybody has noticed this or actually mentioned it, but one thing that Lodge does on the Blacklock series is that they have a slight bow in the middle. And I've noticed it very much on all the Blacklock skillets. And it's very prominent on the 14.5-inch skillet. So there is a slight indentation, and you can actually, when you pour your oil, you can see it a little bit here. It's not that visible here when you're cooking, but you can see that it kind of disperses to the sides of the skillet, which in my own opinion is not a bad thing. If that's going to prevent my skillet from being a spinner, then I'm all for it. All right, let me read some comments real quick. Hello, Debbie. Welcome to the live today. Cooking with Bobby Joe. Hello, welcome. Fisherman. Hello. Honey Badger says all of the things I like are the helper handle is, or of all the things that I like, the helper handle is one of my favorite things about it. It's thinner and it fits your hand nicely. I agree with that. Yes, it is a lot thinner than I want to say that the standard Lodge skillet is a little bit too bulky with the helper handle, and I mean that it's okay. It works great. It's still, functioning. It functions correctly, but this does have a better feel to it, and especially when you're transferring it from the oven to the tabletop or the stovetop, it does make it easier, and it feels like you have more control versus the fatter casting of the original or the standard skillet. So yes, I agree with that. Also, I do like the pour spouts. One thing though, I do wish that they were a little bit bigger. For me, I feel like they're a little too small and not as pronounced, but on the original Lodge skillets as well, or the standard ones, they're not as pronounced either, so I guess they stuck with that. Now, as I mentioned, the underside, it is flat with this heat ring, so you're not going to get any spin whatsoever, but that small indentation, I don't know if you guys can see that. It is flat with the ring, but it does have that small indentation, but once again, not a big deal, and it works just as fine. Now, the do's and don'ts of cast iron cookware. Whenever you guys are going to cook with a cast iron skillet, griddle, whatever it be, usually you want to preheat it, especially anything that is heavy casted. A heavy, thick casted piece of iron is going to take longer to preheat. So, one thing that you do want to do is obviously preheat it, give it about 5 minutes, depending on the temperature that you want. But a medium low is obviously, in my opinion, the best temperature for you to cook. Most of your meals are medium low. Now, if you're really trying to get a great sear for a steak, chicken, or anything of that nature, then yeah, I think that a medium high is great, but I wouldn't keep it at that temperature for a long time. And like I said, those are just the things that I've picked up over the amount of time that I've used cast iron cookware. Cynthia Wesley, hello and welcome. Debbie says, one thing I have to say, isn't this amazing that we can all be here from everywhere and enjoy this show live and be able to talk to one another? Yes, it is, and I do like that a lot. I'm on the same page as Cast Iron Chaos. This has become a hobby. It has become a somewhat of a passion for me and a community that that I enjoy being with and spending time with, because it's something that I like doing, and the fact that I get to share this with you folks makes it even better. So for me, this is a huge, you know, just a huge thing for me in the sense that I enjoy my time here with you guys. So with that said, um, if you guys haven't seen any of the Blacklock skillets, I do recommend them. They have the number 10 here, the 10 1/4 inch, which retails about $60. The number 7 retails for, I want to say $40. So $40 for the 7, 60 for the number 10. For the 12-inch skillet, that one retails for 80, and the 14.5 retails for $100. Now, if you guys are looking for the griddle or the Dutch oven, I want to say that the price on those is 150 for the griddle and Dutch oven. And I also think they have the grill pan, which also I think retails for 150. Oh, and their Dutch oven for 150. I might have left maybe a skillet here and there out, but most of it is less than 150 compared to what, Stargazer, Smithy, Field Company, Butterpat have their prices at. Their standard number 10-inch skillet usually is going to range you from 150 to 180. So in my own opinion, as I said, don't sleep on this skillet, guys. Don't sleep on this series from Lodge. I do like this a lot, and it works great, lightweight, no issue. I've used this numerous times, and the seasoning looks like it keeps getting better and better. As you can see, high gloss finish, and the fact that it's triple seasoned, in my own opinion, works great. And it is a lot darker than their standard stuff, so you can tell that it is triple seasoned. With that said, I do want to show you guys my chicken fryer from BSR real quick. Last week, guys, I showcased the BSR chicken fryer, and it wasn't seasoned at all, nor the Dutch oven. But here, guys, you can see that I did give it 2 coats so far, and it's accepted seasoning very beautifully. I do like the way it's finished, and I'm very excited to give this a go. So, Cast Iron Chaos, this is a BSR chicken fryer. I don't know if you've seen this before. Like, I want to say newish, because it wasn't seasoned, never used as well. And it's still, one thing that I actually want to let you guys know is that when I cleaned this, there wasn't very much rust on it. So I pretty much just gave it a quick scrub with soap and water, and used a little bit of steel wool. And I noticed after rinsing it with water, it would bead. The water would just bead up and roll off. And it was bare iron. So in my mind, I said, did they used to coat these with some kind of wax? And to my surprise, I think they did, because thankfully, when I placed it outside on my grill to season this, I was gonna do it inside of my house, but since I didn't know whether it had any kind of seasoning or any kind of wax on it from factory, I decided to place it outside, and sure enough, there was tons of blue smoke, tons and tons of smoke. And after 25 minutes, it quit smoking, and then from there, I noticed that it started to season very beautifully. So I don't know, but I want to say that these came with a coat to prevent, obviously, rusting. I don't know if anybody knew that, because I was unaware that vintage iron came with a coat of wax or something to protect it from the elements, but this BSR actually did. So here you can see very beautiful chicken fryer, beautiful mill marks, and it did have a couple of these little dots here are pits, but from factory. And just overall, I'm so excited to give this a go. I'm going to be using this pretty soon in a video. And here you can see it is a Century series. I want to say older than that, maybe 80s, 90s. Made in USA. Probably one of their last milled pieces, but beautiful, casted very nicely. And overall, I'm just so excited and happy, and I can't wait to use this for my chicken tenders because that's what I love doing, chicken tenders for my son, and a lot of probably baking as well that I might do in this. So happy to own this. I know some of you were saying, why don't you do a giveaway on this one? And I did say that I've fallen in love with this one and I don't want to let it go at all. So I'm sorry for those of you that like this one a lot. I'm, obviously going to keep this, but I am going to give away the Dutch oven. So, real quick, let's recap, guys, on the little things that I picked up with cast iron cookware, the do's and don'ts, in my opinion. Cooking, if you're going to be cooking any kind of food, as I said earlier, make sure that you preheat it. After that, add some oil of your preference, any kind of fat, whether it's olive oil, butter, lard, whatever you like using, Crisco, whatever it is. Make sure that you heat it up first and then you add that. And once your oil gets to a good heating, I want to say heating point before it smokes, then you can add your food, your ingredients, whatever you're going to be cooking, and you'll have great results. None of your food is going to stick. In my experience, that's what I do with chicken breasts. I let it heat up first, then add the oil that I'm going to use, or the fat that I'm going to use, and then after that I lay down the chicken that I'm going to be doing. If I'm going to be doing grilled chicken or fish or steak, and I've had great results without any of it sticking to the pan itself. So that's a little thing that I picked up. The other thing is that a lot of people assume that smooth or milled surfaces are automatically going to make it a non-stick surface, and I think any piece of iron can be non-stick with heat control and the amount of fat you have on in the pan. You can cook eggs, like over easy or over hard or whatever it is, or fry an egg just for that matter, with a small amount of oil or fat, with a good controlled heat, and they'll be sliding around as if it was on a non-stick. Now, a lot of people have the tendency to preheat it, leave it on a higher setting when they're cooking eggs, and add the oil in the beginning or their fat in the beginning, and then also that oil gets super hot. So when you throw in the food, or whether if you're frying an egg, it's gonna stick to the skillet like glue, and a lot of people have that problem. So the trick, as I said earlier, that I've picked up is preheat it empty, then add your fats, and then from there add any of the ingredients you're going to be cooking. The other thing, cleaning doesn't always necessarily have to be with soap, but I do recommend that if you have something that is really stuck on, a little bit of soap never hurt anything, especially with well-seasoned pans. They're not going to get damaged. The seasoning isn't gonna come off. So using soap can actually be beneficial for speeding up the cleaning process of your skillet, which a lot of people, that is one of the reasons why they don't like using cast iron cookware, is that you have to hand wash it. And I do recommend that you hand wash it and never throw it in the dishwasher unless you're making some kind of crazy experiment. Other than that, or you just mad at somebody and you're using somebody else's skillet and you want to throw it in the dishwasher, but that's just cruel. I don't know who would do that. But anyway, with that said, yeah, hand wash, heat control, and the other thing that I've learned is just a little bit of oil after you cook, after you clean it, and then heat it up, whether it's in the oven or the stovetop. It's going to help it build great seasoning for the next time that you use it. So with that said, I hope for those of you that are interested in cast iron cooking, that helps you out a little bit. Now let's move on to the more exciting things, guys, now that I've kept you here for 30 minutes just kind of blabbing on. All right, guys, so for those of you that want to enter the giveaway, for this one, what should be our secret word? Not so secret, but How about Blacklock? Since today was Blacklock, we talked a little bit about it, and I do recommend Blacklock. Not sponsored or endorsed by Lodge, just to throw that out there, but I do like Lodge a lot. So for those of you that want to be entered in the Dutch oven giveaway, just make sure you type in Blacklock into the chat and you will be entered. Also, guys, this giveaway is not sponsored or endorsed by YouTube nor by Lodge. This is something that I do for my viewers, and I do this as a thank you for showing up, for being here, for supporting the channel, and as always, I appreciate you guys. So, with all the amount of cast iron cookware that I have, I feel like giving some of it away is not going to hurt me, especially since I have a huge collection of cast iron cookware that I'm up to my hairs with cast iron cookware. So I have to do some giveaways. So this is one of the reasons why I'm doing it as well. So I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying or reaping the benefits of the excessive amount of cast iron cookware that I own. Also, just to throw this out there, guys, sadly, it is expensive to ship out of the US. So make sure, guys, that if you guys do want to be entered, that you are here in the USA. Other than that, subscribe, be a subscriber. I will be checking that for those winners. So make sure you are a subscriber and also type in that secret word. And we're going to be doing a live raffle right now. So bear with me while we start this. Give me some time while I get everything set up, guys. In the meantime, you guys can check out the Blacklock. As I mentioned, don't sleep on this one. You guys should check them out. All right, guys, so went to go grab my tablet. We are going to be doing the giveaway with the live giveaway. So you guys have until, well, let's do 2 more minutes. So 6:37. 6:37 will be the last entry for the giveaway. Sadly, I'm not going to give out that word anymore. So if you guys haven't had the chance to type it in at the moment, make sure you do so. We have 2 minutes until, actually a minute now. So until 6:37 for you guys to sign up, and then I'll be placing the names in manually into the random picker, and we'll go from there. So bear with me while I get everything situated. I got to get my phone, my tablet. That way I can get this going. All right, guys. Okay. All right. Oh, actually, I will put the Dutch oven here so you guys can see what the giveaway is. It is the Dutch oven. FYI, for those of you that are interested in the giveaway Dutch oven, it is I want to say it does have a wobble and it is a spinner. It is brand new though, so that's just something to note. And it only has 1 coat of seasoning. It has been cleaned thoroughly by me, seasoned by me. So with that said, let's get going because we are out of time. So good luck to everybody. I'm going to start placing the names in the random picker. All right, guys. So let's do this. All right, guys. Oh, you know what? Rick is not here, guys. I did hear he's on vacation elsewhere. I do know where he's at, but I will respect his privacy. But he's on vacation. Rick Stombog. Stambog? I'm sorry. I can't talk today. Stombog. Or I can't, yeah, I can't. Rick, forgive me for mispronouncing your name. I can't speak today, but anyway, let's get going. All right. So we're gonna name this Dutch oven giveaway. As I mentioned, guys, bear with me. I know this is taking some time, but this is kind of what happens when you're doing this live. So hopefully you guys don't get too frustrated. All right, so Possum Adventures, you're in. All right, let's see. Who else do we have? Jackie McClinton, you're in. And once again, if I mispronounce your name, guys, I'm really sorry. Honey Badger, you are in. Katie, you are in as well. Caleb Johnson. All right, let's see. Debbie, you are in. William Hurt, you are in. Eric T, you are in as well. Hippie Longshanks, you are in as well. Cynthia, you are in as well. Papa Dan, you're in. Let's see, who else do we have? I think I already put in Debbie. Yes, I did. Fan, you are in. Once again, if you guys didn't place in the secret word that I said earlier, sadly you won't be in it. So for those of you that are tuning in right now, there was a secret word, but we are past that now. We're just placing in the names at the moment. Brian Weddle, you are in. Let's see. Michael Hagan, you are in. Matt Harper, you are in as well. Mike B, Ed D, you are in as well. Sam Cook, Pitcorn, let's see, Fisherman, Earth Voice. There's a few in here that I haven't seen. Once again, guys, please be subscribed to the channel. Otherwise, once I go and look, and if you are not subscribed, then I might have to redo the giveaway. Okay, let's see. We're almost there, guys. Sorry for the long wait. Mike C. Jeanette. Jeanette, she was our last winner. Did you end up receiving your skillet? And if so, do you like it? Please let us know. Darren Wagner. And I think that is it, guys. So, all right, guys, here we go. John Ajeen, I don't see your name here, so sadly I don't think you are in for the giveaway tonight. All right, guys, so let's go. All right, guys, so you guys can see, make it fair and square for everybody. Here we go. All right, guys, here are the names. And these are the people that have placed in that secret word. So good luck to everybody. Here we go. We're gonna do picker. One winner. So just to make sure, one winner. There we go. And good luck. Hippie Longshanks. Congratulations, Hippie Longshanks. You are the winner of the Dutch oven. And I'm really happy because Hippie Longshanks has been somebody that's been supporting the channel for a long time. You've been always here commenting, leaving likes. So I'm very happy that you win this. Hippie Longshanks, make sure that you contact me. You can find my email on my about page. And if you cannot find it, then just make sure you leave a comment here letting me know that you can't find my email, and I will contact you letting you know my email address. So guys, as I mentioned earlier, I do these giveaways because as I said earlier, my collection has become very large, and I'm very happy to do these things for you guys, especially because many of you keep coming back. A lot of you have supported me since day one, so I'm happy to do these. No problem for me whatsoever. And with that said, guys, I do have a surprise, so hopefully some of you guys are still here. I have another surprise. So I'm feeling generous in the sense that I'm very blessed, and you know, I want to say that the fact that I'm very blessed is why I can do this. So there's another giveaway for next week. So for next week, hopefully you guys are still here. Let me grab the giveaway for next week. Hopefully you guys are going to like this one. Now, one of the other companies that I love a lot, and they have become quickly one of my favorite cast iron companies, modern cookware companies, is, and I've said it many times, hopefully you guys know what it is, Finex. So, with that said, the next giveaway is going to be a Finex number 8 skillet. And this will be for next week, the next week live. And that'll be the end of the giveaways for this year. Next week's giveaway will be this 8-inch skillet, brand new, still in the box. I will ship it just as it is here. Hasn't been opened, guys. And so if you guys are wondering what it looks like, let me grab mine real quick. So this is a number 8 Finex, and for those of you that are interested, that will be the prize for next week on Thursday. Oh, Fisherman said, "Don't tell us, keep us in suspense." Sorry, guys. I'm really bad at that. I'll be honest. I'm bad with keeping secrets. And you can ask my wife that because there's honestly nothing that I keep from her. If there's something going on, whether it's good or bad, I always let her know. But anyway, yes, guys. So the next giveaway is going to be for the last one for this year is going to be this one. There will be more next year, but for now, this will be the last one. As I mentioned earlier, you're not going to get this one. You will get a new one in the box. So make sure that you guys tune in next week for the Finex number 8 skillet. And as you can see here, I will just showcase it for you guys real quick. Papa Dan says, these giveaways are unbelievable, Luis. It's very generous. As I said earlier, guys, this is honestly the reason why I like doing these giveaways is because I get to share the joy of cast iron cookware. I enjoy these things and I want you guys to experience that. So for those of you that are on the fence, for those of you that don't want to spend that amount of money, because I'll be honest, it's expensive. Not everybody wants to spend that, like 100 plus on cast iron cookware. And I understand that, guys. But as I said earlier, I do, I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to share this with you guys. So I am more than happy to do so. And as I said earlier, this one's mine, guys. This is one of my new ones. So what happened is that I actually received the number 8 Dutch oven set, which came with this one, and the Dutch oven number 8, I guess, or the 3-quart Dutch oven. And I got this when they had the buy, a set, and then you get a free number 8. Technically, this one was free. So I figured, what better way to say thank you than to give this away for you guys. So as I said earlier, for those of you that are interested, Finex does some great stuff with their cast iron cookware. As you can see here, the stainless steel spiral handle stays nice and cool. Although this brass knob does get hot once you get it to temperature. So that's one thing to note. The other thing is that smooth surface. This does have the standard cast iron texture, but not a big deal because it is actually very smooth. They do pass it through a tumbler. Also made here in the USA, Portland, Oregon. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys are excited for next week. And this is actually a shipping box, and inside is the box for the skillet. So as I said earlier, I will ship with this, and good luck to everyone next week. With all that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick live. Now, I have to go because I have a date with my wife. So we're going to go watch a movie. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you to everyone who showed up. For all of you that are new, welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And as always, I appreciate everybody for showing up and supporting the channel. With all that said, guys, if God permits, I will see you guys next Thursday for this giveaway. So stay tuned for more information during the week. Technically, I'm going to be on vacation, so I will be posting possibly a little bit more next week, possibly every day until the end of the year. So look for videos, look for shorts, for any kind of information that I might, consider posting for you guys. As I said, keep an eye out for that stuff. Once again, thank you everybody for showing up. I will see you guys next week. Have a lovely evening. Everybody take care, be safe.